Okay, it looks like where we left off, it was Isaac Darby's initiative, and the group seems to be. Yes, good job, Molly. You were role playing as well. Surrounded by wolves.
And I'm going to take a step forward and shoot at that wolf.
Okay. Steps forward, summons forth his strange device that he still hasn't really explained to anybody. I think he readies himself to pull the trigger. It is a hit. Loud crack. As the creature winces backwards with a yelp and a whimper. Still.
And I will shoot at it again.
That is definitely a hit. As the round takes it right between the eyes, and it slumps over, immediately dead. Not Udinar's turn. Hold on. I need everybody to make a perception check, please. Um, Udinar, only one to spot. The creature comes stalking out of the snow, almost invisible with its white coat. Go.
Okay.
Trying to see if I can. Is there a way to make this? Can't tell which squares are highlighted there. This looks like everybody.
Yeah.
Then
Oh.
a much larger.
Oh, dang.
Again, almost invisible in the snow itself. Only Udinar spots it as it gets close and then lets out with an icy howl, a blast of cold breath.
I'm assuming dex save.
Yes, but everybody. So Darby, Pedalin, and Egg all have disadvantage on this save. So I need you guys to hit disadvantage, please.
And is this a normal roll for me?
Yes.
Eat.
Everybody ready?
Whew. All right.
Eat it, suckers. Oh, damn it.
Like everybody fails the death.
Oh, wait.
The
I want to use my
Do you?
favorite of the gods. Well, no, I don't. Not on a 5. Fuck that. Never mind.
All right. The icy breath coats you all in perma hoarfrost, and you are just chilled to the bone. And then Udinar has the initiative.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. That kind of changes what I was going to do. No, it doesn't. Okay. It just changes how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cast Bless at 2nd level so we can all get hit by it.
Okay.
So, bam. Did that apply automatically? Cool. Okay. And that's unfortunately all I can do for this turn right now.
Okay.
But I think that'll help.
Okay. You know, I think he's super keen on leaping down the 20 feet. He's gonna run all the way around.
Hey, other players, do we have any good, like, AoE? Because
Nope.
Beldam was our AoE, right?
Huh?
If
Okay.
they kind of bunch up a little bit, I have some AoE, but
But, like, Beldam was our main AoE
yeah.
before, right? Yeah, okay. This should be interesting.
Finally, a wolf is within range to make an attack and attempts to bite Petalin.
I'm gonna crap. Gravity
You're gonna
well.
crap.
I'm gonna
No,
crap.
I'm gonna
Oh.
gravity well.
Right, it still hits.
Did that already.
As it sinks its jaws or snaps its jaws around your calf, it tries to drag you down to the ground, but you are able to save. Dragged down to your prone position.
Am I prone?
No,
Oh, okay.
I said you weren't prone. This wolf is going to charge in and attempt to bite Egg. Doing the same thing.
Do I get attack opportunity from during my reach, or was my weapon not readied?
I don't think your weapon was readied because you haven't had a chance to go yet.
Yeah, that checks out.
Okay. But it fails miserably. 7. Where is number 7? Here we go.
That poor wolf is gonna regret going into Egg's reach.
This one is going to also attack Egg. And now that the pack has formed, the looming threat of multiple wolves gives them the advantage on the attack. It still misses, however, as you're able to nimbly step aside as it leaps through the air and chomps at nothing. And now, Egg, you have the initiative.
First, I'll pop my barbarian rage.
Mm-hmm. Egg gets mad.
Egg lets out a great scream, yells back at the wolves as they howled at him.
Mm-hmm.
And now he will start attacking the wolves directly in front of him. So he's going for wolf 7. With his... And he will attack with that trick spear.
Okay.
Neat.
The break
this.
spear.
Yes.
Okay.
Oops. So what? And he'll do the slashing.
I was surprised you
Slash.
didn't ask the researcher about it. That is a hit.
Slash.
As you slay the wolf
Here we go.
with a single slash from your drow break spear.
All right. Oh. Slash at this other one.
It looks like a miss.
I will use a precision attack.
Okay.
So add
That's a
that
hit.
to the... Yeah. So slash.
As you cut into the soft, unprotected flesh of the second wolf, it lets out a howl.
I will then. So I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are my attacks.
You didn't want to break the spear.
No.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Don't you get
Alright.
a bonus action attack for killing an
That's
enemy?
what I thought too. Yeah.
Oh no, you use it to rage. Never mind.
Yeah. What it gives me, I can use a regular attack as a bonus action, but I've already used my bonus action.
I'm not used to you not attacking like 8 hits in a row.
Yeah.
Mhm. I wasn't hasted.
Perception checks, please.
Oh crap.
Right. Everybody has disadvantage on this one, as a second of the winter wolves appears from behind the rock, having stalked there carefully, and does the same cold breath. Everybody disadvantaged themselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I see Petalin, Egg, and Isaac have succeeded.
Great. I'll see you
The
fuckers in hell.
hoarfrost. As the hoarfrost covers the four members despite their attempts to leap and dive out of the way. Udinar maintains concentration. And my eighth wolf. Here, but it can't do anything after it does so. 11. Here, I believe Egg has a reaction if he wants to take it.
Yes.
It would be on number 11.
All right. Make sure I'm targeting the thing.
And it's as it enters your reach, right?
Yes.
So that'd be here.
Mm-hmm. I'll slash at it.
That's a hit. And that's a dead wolf. Slip the blade of the break spear between its shoulder blades and probably nick its spine. It just kind of just falls over as you pull the blade free. 12. Can't do anything after doing so. Pedal in. The initiative is yours.
Also, you're muted in Discord if you're saying anything.
Thank you. Sorry. Okay. So I am going to start by casting Melf's Minute Meteors. And so I kind of raise both hands up into the air and 6 stones rise from the ground and start spinning around me like tiny balls of flame. And 2 of them are going to immediately go and hit this square in between wolf's 9 and wolf 7. So that is going to target 9, 8, and 6, because I think 7 is dead.
Looks like it to me.
Cast that. There's the first one. Damage. And the second one, cast. Damage.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Boom, boom. And then I will quicken. I'll bring another hand around.
Wait, hold on. I think you rolled damage before you did the saves.
Well, I cast it once and then rolled damage. Because it casts and then does the saves.
Oh,
and
okay,
then
okay. Sorry,
damage, and then the second
moved.
one.
Oh, hold on. Because it looks like they died from the
On
first
the first one. Yeah, they beat
Oh.
a dead
Yeah.
horse with the second one.
Yeah, you rolled too much.
Oh, okay. Well, I can leave them as dead boys, or if you want me to angle the second one somewhere else, I can.
I mean, go ahead and roll the save somewhere else. But the damage will stay the same. It'll still be 6 damage.
Okay. So you want me to target some others for the saves? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try. Let's see who's close together. We'll try here, in between Dead Wolf 11 and Winter Wolf 2. So we target Winter Wolf 2 and Wolf 12 without hitting Darby.
Okay. 12 to... Why are you targeting Wolf 1?
Well, I should have taken that off. I was doing that for something else.
Okay. They both failed, so they'll take 6 damage. That number 12.
Yeah, number 12.
Who does number 12 work for? Okay.
And then
As the 2
will-
meteors crack, sending snow flying in all directions, as the debris settles, you'll see that 3 more wolves lie dead, and 2, or one of the small ones is wounded, and the large one seems to have taken a bit of shrapnel itself.
Okay, and then with both hands in the air, I'll bring them down to quicken a shocking grasp on.
I thought shooting the meteors took a bonus action.
No, because you can do that on the cast when you cast it that turn, and then if you use it in later turns, it's the bonus action.
I see. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. We'll cast shocking grasp.
That is a hit. And you reach out and grab the wolf, electrocuting it. It lets
then
out a
since-
pained yelp.
So I'll need a GM ruling. Since it's a cantrip, and I have the effect from my eye, can I push him back 10 feet, or is that only
Yeah.
with? Okay, because I didn't know, since it's more of like a grasping thing.
You dealt damage with a cantrip, didn't you?
I did. I want to push him 10 feet back towards the cliff.
You will need to make a charisma saving throw, please. By this point, it has almost grown familiar that when you invoke the power of the eye, there is a second presence inside your mind. The warm, or rather the heat that is generated behind the socket is almost comforting in the chilling, frigid winter temperatures outdoor, and you are able to easily ward off the invading presence.
Okay. And then since he's no longer right on top of me, I'm going to move away a little bit just so we're not so bunched up for that thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably good. Okay. I end my turn.
Okay. 10th wolf. So it leaps off the cliff, but unfortunately, it seems that it lands a little bit funny, and so it stumbles, and you hear it cry out, and it seems to be limping forward now. And it's going to slide down. That's fine. Good job, Wolf. This one's going to attack Darby. Slides down the cliff, leaps up on the rock, and tries to chomp at the head of Isaac Darby. Being near one of its pack mates, it has advantage. Does sink its fangs to the cunning rogue. 9 damage, and attempts to wrestle him to the ground. Succeeding. Darby is pulled prone. This wolf, sensing the opportunity, do the same. Somehow missing a prone target. I guess Darby, writhing in the snow, manages to wiggle free of the jaws of the yet another wolf. And then last,
Snow Angel.
Certainly not least, seeing a straggler that dared stray from the pack, goes after the small petalin. Or do you still have Gravity Well?
It's not the top of the round yet, so I should still have it.
I think it's at the start of your next turn.
It is, yeah.
Oh, then no, I
then
guess it would
no.
be.
Yeah. That is a hit. 4 damage. Despite its best effort of dragging you into the snow, you managed to stay upright. Isaac, the initiative is yours.
Well, I'm in a pickle. Well, my ideas kind of got tossed into the wind. So the one that dragged me down, I'm gonna just be poking him with my fancy new weapon in the most rabid fashion, I suppose.
Okay. That is a hit, despite your disadvantage. Oh, wait, you're still prone. Are you staying prone?
Yeah, I was gonna try and stab him, then get up.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, you managed to slip the needle-like blade into the beast with some ease.
And then from the ground, I'm gonna shoot him.
That is a hit. This slays the wolf as Darby slips his sword in and then jams the gun, I'm guessing up against its fur somewhere, pulls the trigger, that deafening bang cracks out across the sky, and without so much as a whimper, the creature goes limp with the back of its skull blown out.
Damn.
And then I will get up after it is off of me.
Okay. So, lucky 6. Recharging the breath weapon of the creature. Right around. Going to do it yet again. Let's see. And because you guys are all green, I can't tell what's actually being affected here. This looks like all 3. There, that's all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's also that wolf and also that wolf. Is it okay? You know what? Actually, I think it would be easier. Not even hitting any of its allies. All right, so not disadvantaged this time. As you can see, the creature quite
Does that
clearly.
afford me an attack of opportunity?
Was it within reach of you?
It was right
I
beside
was
me.
like
thought
right
it
up
was-
again't him.
Yeah.
I thought it was here.
No, it was
Or
down.
what
down
was it
one.
here?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you can take an Avo.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I can't remember if Warcaster lets me cast a
It does.
spell.
You can use
as
a cantrip.
AO. Okay. A cantrip. Okay.
I believe it's a cantrip. Let me check. So feats, Warcaster.
I think you're right.
Advantage in
look it up.
Constitution performs somatic component. When a hostile creature provokes an attack of opportunity, you can use your reaction to cast a spell. Rather, the spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature. So it doesn't have to be a cantrip. You can
Oh, it
cast
doesn't.
any spell at it. It just has to have a casting time of 1 action and has to target only that creature.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast. Oh crap! I didn't grab any of my great stuff. Well, we'll do this then.
That is a hit with Touch of the Grave. Dealing 17 damage as you strip the life force from the Winter Wolf. Reaching out with your own skeletal hand, wreathed in black energy.
Hell yeah, bro! That's how we do.
All right.
Oh god.
Like Darby has failed his save. The other 2 were managed to dive to safety, only just. Udinar maintains concentration. Darby is chilled. Even the open wounds on his body are no longer flowing blood as it is frozen from the hoarfrost breath of the Winter Wolf.
Straight up
Udinar.
not having a good time.
All right. That changes my turn again. So I'm going to cast mass healing word as my bonus action.
Ooh.
Let's do at 4th level. Gotta make sure this is gonna roll correctly. Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh, I feel so much better.
So that's my bonus.
11 health.
Pedaling when I try to
pedaling?
unclick her.
Mm.
And we're going to toll the dead on the wolf here.
Okay. It failed its save.
Okay.
Watch the living flesh stripped even further from the wounds inflicted on the large wolf, exposing some of its bone and muscly sinew.
All right. My turn.
All right. That's dead. Doesn't really have an avenue, does it? Five, 10, 15. Well, it doesn't matter. Forward, and it's going to try to chomp egg.
These wolves need to chill.
It does manage to get its teeth around the armor and find a gap. And the half plate. Dealing looks to be 9 damage, but Egg's pure anger allows him to ignore some of it. And the creature tries its best to wrestle the raging fighter to the ground. No avail. No, literally impossible. Unless he rolls a 1. Right? Wolf 1. There's blood in the water, it would seem. Sure. Charges forward. Isaac Darby. Doesn't matter. Despite its best efforts, Darby has had enough and is not allowing himself to be bitten, at least this time. This one is dead. This one is dead. Egg, the initiative is yours.
You might be muted. You might be dead.
Is Egg Mother in the room having a conversation with you? Died.
Yep.
Goodbye, Egg.
Rest in peace.
It's funny because his character has the most HP right now.
Yeah.
Egg? Homer? I see only Darby and Pedalin have the map open.
No, it's open for me.
Oh, really? You're not in my list.
Weird.
Super weird.
All right, well, I'm going to take Egg's turn, doing what I think he would do, if that's okay with everybody.
And then you would just hit stuff.
Yes, well. Egg. There you are. You need to open your character sheet. I don't know how to use character sheets. Okay, this is probably it. All right, Egg targets this closest wolf, and it's gonna. He spelled slashing wrong. It says slashing.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. Swings at it. Slashes neatly across the creature. Well, that actually needs to be different die. Oh, no, rolled 2 1s, so how much damage he deals. So he's going to swing at it again. Get another hit. This time slashing it to death. And because he killed it, gonna slash at Wolf 12 now. No, he's gonna thrust at it.
Yeah.
That is enough to kill it.
I
even though
legit
it was
think
a
that's what he
one-hit
would have done, to be honest. So
This-
Oh, you're back.
yeah,
Sorry, we took your turn. If that's all right with you.
that's fine.
You
seem to have
killed
done what
Wolf
I would
13
do.
and 12.
Cool.
Do you want
Yeah,
to
no-
move?
Um,
Because there's literally nothing alive around you except for your friends.
You killed everything.
right there.
Okay. And then you may pass your turn. This does not recharge his cold breath.
yes, small victories.
This one's going to have to do its best with its teeth. It will target Isaac Darby. Wait, no, I'm still selecting egg. And it's going
And
to.
then Egg turned into a wolf.
No.
I knew it.
It has a packmate close by, so it has advantage. Even with advantage, Darby is able to bat the creature away as it attempts to bite him.
Hit it with the rapier like a school ruler.
Whap whap. Causes the wolf to recoil, and then it's going to disengage. No, yes, it's going to disengage. Disappear behind this rock.
Shit.
Well,
Dead. Pedal in.
Well, that kind of changes what I was gonna do. Okay. Well, I think. Okay, I think we'll send a meteor and hit the winter wolf because he seems to be the biggest threat. We'll do that. We'll send one to hit him.
Wow. Okay. Fails its save. Taking the full brunt of the explosive fragmentation.
And then we'll send another meteor to hit right behind this wolf. Wolf 5. So that he takes a little damage. So
He
two
does
of the
save.
two of the swirling
Mm.
meteor-like stones around me go whoosh, whoosh, in different directions, and upon impact shower the wolves with little bits of flame and sparks, singeing
And-
fur
And meteor fragments.
and meteor fragments. And then we'll quicken again, shocking grasp at Wolf 5. I'm sick and tired of him trying to pull me to the ground. It's rude.
Pedalin's hands alight with shocking lightning. As she reaches out to grab the wolf, who's already proved its nimbleness once, it just dances aside easily.
Okay.
All right, 10, having seen the carnage, of all of its people dying, has decided that it just had enough. It's going to run.
Poor puppy.
Who is dead. Fourth wolf doesn't quite share its brethren's cowardly outlook, and is going to do its best to drag down something to eat. A fellow pack member nearby. It has advantage on the attack against Darby. Just succeeding. Sinks its teeth into him. Tries to wrestle him to the ground. Darby is only just able to keep on his feet. The wolf that was dancing by Petalin sees its pack member flee and agrees that that's a good idea, and so it's going to try to flee as well. I have a weapon, Petalin.
I do not.
Do you want to
It's my-
slap it?
Can I?
Yeah,
I mean, I
you
have
can deal one
daggers, but-
damage.
I can do daggers on my belt.
No, you can slap it, literally.
This bad puppy.
Yeah. So make an attack roll.
I'm not even like okay.
Just roll a d20.
There.
No, you swing and miss.
I'm not used to attacking with my hands.
This one's gonna get away. So goodbye. Darby, the initiative appears to be yours.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action disengage. Sidestep over to this wolf. I'm gonna poke it real hard.
Okay. Can't you only disengage after making an attack with cunning action?
No, you can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat.
Well, I know you can take a bonus action on each of your turns. I just didn't know if the cunning action that allows you to do that required you to first make an attack.
That's different. That's fancy footwork. Cunning action is like the standard rogue at second level.
Right. I just thought, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. You disengage. And then, oh yeah, you killed it. It's dead.
And then I'm gonna hide behind this rock. Not actually mechanically hide.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay. Okay. This is just the frostiest wolf that ever did. Can I get... And seriously, the... Steps forward. Is that Egg and Darby? I can't tell.
Yes.
Do I get any bonus for being behind a rock?
I'll give you advantage on the dexterity save. So go ahead
It is
and
two.
advantage yourself. You
Dang.
automatically succeed. Egg succeeds as well. And it breathes
What about
its
Wolf
icy.
1?
Oh yeah, it's dead.
Sacrifices must be made.
All right, do this. I thought it was already did.
No, because
Thank
it went
you.
after Egg instead of me.
It succeeded on its save.
And it's dead.
Is dead. Okay. All right, so it's gonna breathe its icy breath.
Okay.
Udinar, the initiative is yours.
All right, I'm gonna try to finish this thing off, I guess. Let's do. Do this.
Touch of the dead. Or touch of the grave.
Yep.
The hit. 16 damage. All right. At this point, there's more skeleton and muscle exposed on this creature than fur.
Okay. If that didn't do it, you know what? I'm not gonna waste a slot.
Dead, 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 dead. Egg.
All right. Time to poke.
The pickle jar's been loosened, Egg. Just do like 2 damage. You should be fine.
The Pokel jar.
Poke, poke.
That is a hit as you stab the break spear into the
Poke.
winter wolf, dealing 9 damage.
Still
All right.
alive. Damn.
And poke again.
That's a
Oh, shit.
beefy wolf.
Definitely poke.
Poke, poke.
This slays the beast as you jam the break spear, and it, like, thanks to the gaps created by Udinar's melting of its flesh, it just like goes straight into its heart with no resistance, and the beast just crumbles,
Man,
slumping into the snow.
that thing is beefy. I was not expecting that.
It's a fun fight, though.
I don't know that it's done. Where'd that other one go?
Egg.
I think we're gonna find out soon.
Yep.
The only thing alive that you can see is Wolf 10 way up to the north.
Okay, I will move next to Petalin. And
Thank you.
then pass my turn.
Make perception checks, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Darby, you catch a glimpse of the white beast stalking to the south, but not toward you, and lose it after a moment, but not before it reappears at the top of the cliff nearby, staring each of you down and letting out a sad, long howl, and then blitzing off into the east. Dead. Petalin.
Can I still see it, or can I not because of the cliff?
Probably not at that distance. Like, maybe just a hair of it. If you're wanting to, like, lob a spell, I think it would be a disadvantage.
Well, I have
Or
2 more
right- or-
meteors left.
Or I would just give it cover.
Fuck it. I got 2 more meteors left. Why the heck not?
That one or Wolf 10 up above. You have a clear
Sorry.
line of sight to Wolf 10.
Sorry, Wolf 10. It's not your day.
So sad.
It fails its dexterity save because
Oh,
it didn't
no.
expect anything, and it explodes under the concussive force of the meteor.
So sad.
I have one meteor left.
Yep.
Oh no, Bryce exploded.
All right, turn disadvantage on for
I can't. So you have to give yourself
oh,
disadvantage. I think.
I do disadvantage. Okay, duh. That's duh.
Well, it's them saving though.
Yeah. You know what? I'll just roll a second one. Nope, it failed anyway.
Okay. And let that be a lesson to you.
All right. Finished. And is dead. It was so close. Isaac.
Hmm. I mean, I've only got 3 HP, so it's probably not smart. And I've got a 12-foot wall in front of me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna let it go.
You're a good man.
Instead,
bastard.
I'm gonna head over here and try and find the least damaged one,
Okay.
and then
Do that
start
once
cutting its
we
pelt
officially, once we officially finish combat. Oh, it would have recharged its frost breath too.
You just had to know, didn't you?
Well, no, like it automatically rolls it whenever
Oh,
it gets to its turn.
I see.
Udinar.
Yeah, I just like lay down my weapons. I holster. I'm done. The fight's over.
So you put your hands in your pockets since your hands were your weapons this time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dead. 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 Egg.
Everything's dead. Except that wolf
Except for
that's
the
running
one-
away.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Petalin shouldn't have even been able to attack it. She didn't spot it. Only Darby did.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it howled. That's right.
Damn, I should have yelled something to the wolf. Next time.
I'll just pass my turn. I guess. I don't. I'm so angry.
Well, isn't your rage over? Because last turn you just moved over to Petalin and then killed.
Oh, I didn't attack at all last turn already. Okay. So yeah, my reach is over. Already. Alright, I'll just pass.
Oh, it recharged, but it's gonna run away anyway. All right. The end. Darby begins skinning the best pelt he can find, likely one of the ones that Egg stabbed rather than slashed.
Well, there's the one I critically poked with the rapier, so that's probably the smallest hole.
Didn't you shoot it too?
No, that was the other one
Oh.
on the rock that I blew its
Well, I
head
mean,
out.
whatever. There's a couple of them that are still good.
Yeah, I kind of burned a lot of them too.
So make a survival check to skin it. Or, I mean, if you have a better
Can Egg
idea,
assist so he can get advantage?
I would say yes if you had said so before he made his roll. But let's say
It's
he
fine,
ruined this pelt. and he
No, I'm gonna
moves
do a
on to
shitty
another
job
one.
and just wrap it around myself.
I mean,
I'm just
like
trying to
you.
stay a bit warmer.
You
Well,
already
I'm
have
saying that
winter
you
clothes.
butchered it.
Yeah.
Like that's a 3. That you've got strips of wolf fur that you could maybe like
I'll
plaster to
stuff it in my
yourself.
sleeves.
Yeah. Okay. If you're happy with that.
Egg feels bad about how bad a job Barbie did, so he's gonna try and just do it himself. Skin it.
Did you call him Barbie?
Isaac, whatever.
When I see you start,
Barbs.
I give you some guidance as well.
Okay. Give me a survival.
With advantage, or is that what
Sure.
I'm getting?
Well, wait. Is anybody helping you?
I will help.
Oh, okay. Petalyn's gonna lend her wilderness expertise to the task. Yeah. Egg shows Darby how it's actually done. Nearly flawlessly, actually, literally flawlessly removing a pelt
Nice.
from one of the smaller wolves. And
I
tosses
wonder
it
what-
Not like
into-
he's
he's
just-
removing a coat.
He's just stuffing fur in his boots.
I'm guessing Egg slaps the pelt on Darby's shoulders.
Yeah.
It's all bloody.
Well,
Kind of gross.
what else you can? Yeah. All right.
Look, I told you,
how
blood
cool-
gets everywhere.
Oh, you guys,
Gotta
how
be-
cool would it?
Wary of blood wizards.
How cool would it be if we all had hoods with little wolf ears sticking up on them?
I don't know.
That could
they're
be like our
cool.
gang thing.
Could be like our gang thing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be the wolf pack?
Why
Oh,
not? It's better
God.
than Team Touchy.
All right, fuck it. Let's get more wolves. Take guidance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Egg, you do it.
Who has the best survival skills?
I mean,
I have
I'm
a
on
+4.
+3.
I think it sounds like Egg to me.
And
I have
will
plus
help.
Alright.
5.
Oh, well then sounds like Unar to me.
Yep.
So give me 4 survival rolls at advantage, and you can give yourself guidance on all of them.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to give myself guidance. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I'll just do 1 4 roll for all of them. Damn.
No,
Okay.
do it on each one.
Okay.
Okay.
So 21,
Yep. Still good.
25.
You need at least a 15 on each one.
Okay, then.
All right, one more.
Yes.
And you weren't even rolling at advantage.
I know.
All those good rolls gone.
All right, you have now skinned and scalped 4 wolves so that you have wolf head pelts that you can wear as hats. It will take some time to actually craft them into proper hats, but for now you can wear the skins.
Put them in the pit.
In the pit.
And I'm just going to assume that you've saved the jaws as well, so that when you find somebody who is a talented leather worker, they can affix the fangs to it as well.
Oh yeah, like the top part.
Yes.
Yes.
Could we have maybe saved the meat as well that we could cook?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put some meat in the pit, go for it.
Fuck yeah, meat in the pit. Let's go.
All right. 10 full-grown wolves will not fit in the pit. So, I mean,
Well,
I'll give you
technic-
let's say 3.
Okay.
How many pounds of?
I don't
wolf meat are we
fucking
putting in
know.
here? Let's
You don't
call it
have
100.
follower anymore, so how much does a wolf weigh? Say you've put 300 pounds of meat in the pit.
Yeah.
Good fucking lord.
300 pounds wolf meat.
Because they weigh up to 180 pounds.
That's too much meat. Oh my god.
Don't forget that we also have a food barrel with 90 pounds of fish and shrimp in it.
Oh, that hole is gonna smell. Oh my god, can we put like some snow in the barrel with all this shit
Yeah.
to like keep it cool?
Sure, go
Oh
for
my
it.
God.
I think we should do that because holy shit, that's gonna
Yes.
be bad.
Okay, 300 pounds of wolf meat.
We should throw out
packed in
the old
snow.
meat by now.
Probably because it
Okay.
is old.
So we'll
Mhm.
throw out the shrimp.
Yeah,
And the-
everything
and the
in that pit
fish.
reeks of dead seafood.
All right.
I know that smell.
So
Oh my god, that sucks.
Darby, you notice that the
300
blood of your
pounds.
open wound seems to be flowing down the blade of the rapier, and that one of the notches is now a deep crimson red.
Huh. Okay. And these notches were on the guard?
They were on the blade.
Oh, okay. I don't know,
The
when
back
I
of the
think of
blade.
dueling sword, I think like very like thin needle-like blade as opposed to actual width to it.
Well, the notch is
No,
like damage to it, right?
Well, or
A
like
nick.
yeah, like somebody took a file and literally like took the edge of it and just ground it in to make a
Okay.
notch. But no, even a rapier, it's not like a needle per se. Like I have a side sword for real, and it's got a decently wide blade, and it's a rapier would probably be a little bit thinner than a side sword. So it still has a cutting edge.
Okay. I've been primarily poking,
Yeah.
but it's reacting to my
Oh
blood,
my
but not the wolf
Well,
blood.
I mean, all you can see is that your blood is running down it, from your arm and from where you were bitten, and that one of the 9 notches seems to be a deep crimson.
Like glowing?
No, not glowing.
Hmm.
You can see there that it has a cutting edge. And that's a practice one, so it doesn't have a point.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll try and put the wolf blood onto it. See if there's any reaction.
No, in fact, it's like you coat it in wolf blood, and then you see that it easily wipes off. But even when you wipe your blood off the blade, that notch stays crimson.
Interesting. I'm gonna call Egg over.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Hey, you were bit in that fight, right? Are you bleeding anywhere?
Egg looks at himself and sees there's just blood on his hands, and he's like, maybe.
I'm gonna hand him a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Cut your palm for me and put it on this blade.
What the fuck?
And then Egg will tell you that cutting your palm is stupid, and you should not do that because it's not the movies. You should cut the back of your hand.
But it's cooler.
Darby also knows the back of your hand is where you cut if you're gonna do things like that.
It's less cinematic.
Well, thankfully, there's no cinema here.
This is the theater of the mind.
Well, imagine what you will. Anyway, so Darby has now instructed Egg to cut himself.
Never mind the fact that Udnar and Petalin are both sporting fresh wounds.
As is Egg.
I'll get to you. He doesn't know where he's bleeding from, though.
Egg hands
I
the
mean, he
daggers
literally-
back. No,
You would.
no blood magic for me.
Wouldn't you rather have our own blood magic when we're dealing with blood magic?
I need to know where my blood is.
Fine. I'm gonna walk over to Udinar then.
Mm-hmm.
So this blade, it seemed to react to my blood.
And
I'm not sure if it needs more blood or different blood. The wolf blood didn't seem to work.
what do you mean
Would you
work?
mind sparing
How
a
did
few
it
drops?
react?
Well, you see these marks along the blade. That one didn't look like that before this fight.
You can very clearly see that there are 9 notches on the back of the blade, and one of them is now a deep crimson.
Well, of course it didn't. You just used it to kill a wolf. Of course there's crimson on it.
No, I've cleaned the blade off. This happened with my blood. As you can see, I'm bleeding quite profusely.
Quite.
You'll be fine.
So I'm wondering if it takes different kinds of blood to activate.
Pedalin's gonna go over to Darby and be like, I don't know, the last time Egg and I put our blood on something, it was a book, and that didn't really seem to benefit anybody.
We'll get
Alright.
anything good out of a book. We're talking about something to stab our enemies with. Wouldn't it be better to know how it works?
Wouldn't it be better to know how it works before you start putting blood into it?
I've tried figuring out how it works. It just seems to need more than other magical items that I've encountered.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys have probably all at this point, except for Egg, who doesn't, diddle with magic shit, have all recognized that a pre-sundering artifact, the magic almost eludes you.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Pedalin, your patron, would be giddy with the prospect of such complicated magic, and thus you would likely share those feelings.
So, my body's completely frozen from all those fucking wind gusts. I'll, take a hand, warm up, a scar or something, or, a cut that's frozen.
I mean,
and then just,
you still have open wounds. Yeah.
I'll just bleed it out onto it.
Yeah. All right. Udinar's blood is now on the blade. No more crimson notches.
Have fun,
Wipes
but also
away cleanly.
come here. I'm using one of the beads.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
I'll keep
Handle
track of the
power
beads
one of
myself.
your beads. I mean, you should just add them to your abilities. I think you can actually set up a necklace of prayer beads section and have each of the spell effects under it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it for sure.
I know you can do it. It's going to take you a couple of minutes of actually setting it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pedalin dabs a little blood from the bite on her leg onto the blade as well.
This does nothing except put blood on the blade, which Darby then has to wipe free.
Interesting. Maybe it needs more of my blood, but not now.
Maybe it needs to be used. Here, stab me.
Oh God, don't do that.
Are we really gonna do this?
I put out my arm.
Wait, really?
Cut me with it. See if anything happens.
God.
All right, I'm gonna
Wait,
stab
are you
him.
sure?
Well, not stab, but cut me with it. Of course, now you
Shit.
critical. The one time I've ever seen you roll a 20.
Oh, he
the
literally
one
just
time.
crit. He literally just crit in the last fight.
Okay.
He
Roll it.
blew something's head off. No, I think he would literally just slide the blade across his arm, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not stab me in the head or something.
Okay.
Gonna put an
So
eye out.
I mean, Udonar, take 1 damage as he opens your skin,
Okay.
and
Nothing happens.
there's blood on the blade, and it wipes away cleanly.
I think your toy's broken.
Interesting.
But now we know.
Now we know.
Now Darby has to stab himself.
True.
Having seen the blade do some weird shit when we were fighting it, with that notch lit, can I try casting Frostbite on the weapon?
You can cast Frostbite at the weapon, yeah.
I will go ahead and do that and cover it in cold magic.
Okay. It is now a very cold rapier.
Isn't it cold enough out here already?
What does Frostbite even do? Is that a spell attack?
Yeah, it is. Well, it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. So it can't target objects?
On one creature that you can see within range.
So no, it can't target objects.
No.
It would just have no effect.
Okay.
Do we want to
Alright.
keep trying whatever we're trying here, or?
I think
Or
we can
move
move
on.
on.
Well,
So
when
the
we
group can-
encountered the blade the first time, we clearly saw it absorb magic. I'm curious how it did that.
Well, if you ask me, and I'm just speculating, but maybe since you only got a little bit of your blood on it, the more blood of your own you get on the sword, the more it bonds to you, and then when all 9 notches are filled, then that's how you maybe attune to it or something. Maybe more of its powers will be revealed then.
Not the worst.
But again, that's
hypothesis.
just speculation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll bleed all over it another time. Let's
I'm
press
sure
on.
there will be plenty of opportunities.
Yep.
Group presses on. Pushing through the snow as best they can and trying to make their way back to that old ruined tower to try and get their bearings. Is that right?
Yes.
So a few hours more, and the sun has begun to set at this point. And before too much longer, you do find yourself in a somewhat familiar setting, or at least Egg and Petalin. There's that large clearing of all of the taller trees, and like several inlet roads that seem to suddenly start converging in one area. And it's not long before you do indeed spot what looks to be a familiar, ruined, crumbled tower, not too far off into the distance. As you're approaching, however, it looks as though you can see the wisps of smoke coming from within the tower itself. What do you do?
We're not gonna walk up and say hi again, are we?
Well, it definitely wasn't doing that the last time we were here.
So we're gonna go say hi?
Well, where there's smoke, there's fire, they say. And fire implies somebody alive. So I guess so? I mean, I can try to sneak up there and see if it's people and come back and
I
you know
like
what's
this
going on.
idea.
So the plan is,
I'm gonna sneak.
and is that it? Is that all the plan?
I'm gonna sneak up and then see who it is and then sneak back.
Okay, what
Okay.
is
Say hi.
our signal?
Well, I'm just gonna come back.
And if you
and
don't,
tell you. If I don't, ooh, I have followers find whistle. I could blow the whistle.
okay. Is that like
If
a
I
dog
get into-
whistle, or can we hear it?
No, it's like a little wooden whistle. It's like
Oh, okay.
like a dog whistle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
remember, egg carved it.
So Petalin is going to creep forward to get a better look at the tower. You are supposed to roll those in the dice tower.
Oh yes.
So the ruling will be if you roll it and it's not in the tower, it doesn't count.
So I have to re-roll.
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
Petalin creeps forward as best she can, stepping silently through the effort of her boots of elven kind, making hardly a whisper as she advances on the crumbled old tower. Petalin, you recall having been here once before, and I believe you guys even camped here, if that's correct. It was while digging through some of the rubble in the ruined tower itself that you had found the bangle originally. As you get close enough to kind of peek over the ridge and just see down below to the tower grounds itself, you see what look to be 3 bedrolls laid out around a now smoldering campfire, no flame lit. There are a few other pieces of evidence that point to this having been a recent campground, or very recent, or even current campground. But you wouldn't be able to see much without getting closer.
But I don't see any people.
I would have said so if you did.
Is there cover kind of closer to the camping site where I could creep a little more forward?
Sure.
Okay. I will move a little further forward and see if I can.
Oh, we lost somebody. Petalin now disappears from the group's view as she dips over the top of the ridge to attempt to get closer. As you do so, go ahead and give me a perception check. All right. Scanning is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, see if anyone's there, but also maybe if there are tracks in the snow that would imply A, they were there recently, or what direction they've headed off in.
Well, that would be survival check if you're looking for tracks. Because in the evening light, it's not something you just see. Even with dark vision, you've got to understand that dark vision is considered to be low light.
Sure.
So no details. So in the darkness of the early evening, as you creep closer, what you do see are again 3 bedrolls, a fire that has recently died out, a couple of like perhaps ration wrappers or containers that have been tossed aside, and just evidence that life was recently here. In fact, it appears that you have chosen to creep up close to wherever they had decided to dig their latrine, as the scent of humanoid excrement and urine just barely wafts towards you. So definitely somebody was here. What catches your immediate attention, however, is it looks like somebody has bolted a post or something to one of the stone walls, and you can see what looks to have been chains, that like still remnants of them, where perhaps something was chained up or manacled. There is still some why can I not think of this term? Just like firewood that is bundled up near the rubble. And an iron pot as well. If you want to make a survival check, you can look for tracks.
Okay.
In fact, you do such a great job searching for tracks that you can see very clearly that there are 3 different sizes of footprints in the snow. And it appears as though somebody is wearing, at least one of them is wearing a heavy cape based off of the drag marks that you see. And then one of the 3 sets of footprints, it looks like, based off of what you can see, they may be manacled, as there is a drag between them where the chain would be, disturbing the snow. Your best guess is that they are fairly recent, being no more than a few hours old at most.
Okay, cool. I'm going to sneak back to the group.
So give me another stealth check.
Oh, that should have been an advantage, so here's the other.
Pedalin creeps her way back to the group and appears almost, well, actually, no, everybody's passive perception is, well, not Egg. So Udinar and Darby will notice her as she creeps up.
So, how was it?
No immediate danger. Tracks are a few hours old.
At
Somebody was
most.
definitely, at most, somebody was definitely camping down there, though. Somebody with a prisoner, even, I think.
Prisoner.
Yeah, there's signs of chains and somebody walking with their feet manacled.
We best be on guard then. Well, there's a prisoner. Perhaps we should see what is going on.
Yeah, they can't get too far with someone manacled in the snow, probably.
Perhaps we could get some information out of them or the prisoner, depending on the situation.
About the area?
Well, about anything.
Well, they are a few hours ahead of us.
Did you not hear the part where I said there's 3 bedrolls there and an iron cooking pot?
Yeah, but they left those behind.
Which means that they would likely come back.
So if there's nobody there now, maybe it'd be best to set up maybe an ambush of sorts, or at least we can like not worry about being too sneaky until they're back.
That way we can pop out and surprise them and then say hi.
Yes, exactly.
I'm good
Or at
with
least
whatever y'all
assess the
wanna do.
situation.
Uh-huh.
Well, what's our intention? We're here because we're trying to find some tomb.
But it is evening, so don't we need to camp?
It's probably not smart to camp nearby someone else's camp.
We just go to sleep in their sleeping bags. And then they come back and it gets awkward.
So what's everybody's dark vision range?
I think I have 60 feet.
Whatever these goggles give me.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
look
got
it up
60
again.
feet.
You don't have the item in your inventory?
I do, yeah. I just gotta find it in here. Goggles. 60.
So it sounds like 60 is the furthest.
120.
No, there it
Oh,
is.
120.
Dang!
So Darby, from where you're standing, just at the limits of your dark vision, and then with a little bit of help from just some ambient light in a clearing of the clouds, just the briefest respite from the all-day storm that you've been enduring, you can make out what look to be, I don't know, dozens of figures meandering about on the battlefield below. Granted, you haven't seen this before, but you are the only one with the visual length and focus to spot it.
Should we be aware of the things down there?
What things?
Is something
Just
down
you can
over
only see
there?
silhouettes.
It's probably
Quite a
the
few shapes.
It's probably the
shambling.
skeletons and bodies fighting like they were the last time.
Was I here with Udinar last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that doesn't seem to concern you any?
Well, of course it concerns me. I'm not saying we go and camp down there. I'm just saying we did expect there to be shamblers and the walking corpses and things, the undead.
It's a long story. Basically, there's a death singer that's gone missing. It's a thing.
Oh yeah,
Darby-
that info makes perfect sense then.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darby has no idea what a
As
death singer
opposed
is.
to some weird sounding weapon that comes out of nowhere for you. All in time. All in time. Right now, I'm more concerned about why travelers would have a prisoner. That's what's got my attention.
So what's the plan?
I still think we set up at least close enough that we could ambush, but mainly to get information before we make any decision.
Yeah, if there's a spot where I could, like, just spy on them with the spyglass.
Because either they are quote-unquote good guys with a bad guy, and we can maybe get some information about what's going on, or they are bad guys with a good guy prisoner, and we can free him or her or whatever.
They could be bad guys with a bad guy prisoner.
Well, then we just kill them all. Who cares?
Wow.
What's your character alignment?
Murder hobos!
Lawful neutral.
Can we
Accurate.
use the wolf pelts to like create some camouflage and
I think
Pretend to
Egg
be
was
wolves.
just gonna try and hike himself up a tree on the ridge and
Not a bad
see
idea,
if
I
he
guess.
could.
Well, why don't...
That's what he was
I mean,
thinking. Use the spyglass.
well,
Yeah.
There's a tower right there, too. Why doesn't he go to the top of the tower?
That's where the camp is.
But it's down
They're
below.
camping. They're camping in the tower.
Oh, I thought they were, like, in front of it. Whatever. Fine. Yeah, hike himself up a tree. We have a 10-foot ladder. He can get up there.
Hike up a tree. Do we have a little bell or something you can ring if we need to go in?
We do. We do have
Do we
bells.
actually?
We have
Wow.
3 small brass bells.
Wow.
We even have string.
Jeez.
So narrate the plan for me.
Well, Egg looks at the tree and then his fear of heights makes him nervous.
I was kind of wondering if that was a
Ah,
thing, yeah.
okay, Darby will take the spyglass
Egg
and
hands
hike up the
over.
tree.
Okay.
Would you
that
like
makes
to
sense.
use the 10-foot ladder to aid your climb?
I mean, yes, he's going to use the ladder because it would be silly not to.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might want to use his grappling hook.
No.
Maybe he could swim up the tree.
It does have ice on it. And if water walking is anything to go by, then
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
man.
Just on a side note, that Death Stranding ladder, oh my god, I want one so bad.
I haven't watched it, so
It's just
I don't know anything about
extending
it.
ladder.
Dude just pulls out a ladder.
Just a ladder.
I want that game to be a complete mindfuck for me, so I want to know nothing about it because I know it's got to be a mindfuck on its own.
Can confirm, watched an 8-minute trailer, don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I saw the original FedEx video, and that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, it does make sense that Darby will probably go up. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Darby's gonna shimmy up there with his spyglass. And what's the bell plan?
I don't really know what the bell plan is. That was Udnar's
yeah.
idea.
So here's the
You
thing.
Well, how
want him-
far away are we climbing up this tree to spy?
About 80 feet.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how far a bell will carry.
It's kind of useless to just see it, though. We need to hear what they're talking about. That's more what I'm worried about.
Well, so the camp is on the bottom floor of the tower, right?
Yes.
Why don't we send, or rather, since I'm the stealthy one, why don't I go up into the second
It's
level of the
crumbly and
tower?
ruined. Do you not remember the last time you guys I'm sure you don't, it's been a long time. The last time you were here, you camped in this tower. It was crumbly and ruined, and it had half of the floor left of one of the upper levels as a roof. The rest had crumbled inward, and it was in that rubble that you found the dead arm that had the bangle on it.
Mm.
All right. I mean, you said they're not there currently, right?
Correct.
I'm just going to start walking then.
Okay, so it sounds like Udanar is going to go somewhere.
Because we're...
Go say hi.
Well, I'm going to find a place to just kind of like camp out near their thing. Within earshot, if possible.
Like out of view, in view?
Out of view.
Okay. So I'm going to show you so you have an idea and you can kind of tell me where you would like to be.
Sure.
I went to Roll20 to get the original map and couldn't find it, so I found one that worked.
Oh, okay. So, I'd like to try to be like maybe here. If that's
Okay.
a wall that's standing.
Yeah, that's a standing wall.
Okay.
Good luck on your stealth.
If they're not there, I don't care about stealth. That's why I'm going.
Oh, what happens when they do come there?
I mean, I'm not moving. So, I'm just gonna sit there, basically.
Which direction do the footprints go off in?
The one path that you can see leading into and out of the tower.
Well, I meant like off of the map.
Down to the southwest.
So they're gonna come up this way and then go up into the tower.
If they return the way they left, then they would come up this road.
I mean, we could just stand around and not do anything. That's an option.
Well, no, it's like I'm just trying to figure out where I wanted to hide because you're hiding. So
Yeah.
I could hide with you. Darby, which tree are you getting in?
I was going to say that there was a tree here.
Yeah,
that
probably
you
the
can
one
kind
he's
of
by.
see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's where I measured from, anyway.
Why am I even in the tree still if he's over there by the tower?
That's what I was
Because he's
thinking.
there to listen, and you're there to see them coming and warn us. Right? Is that the plan?
I don't know what our plan is.
I don't
honestly.
know what the plan is anymore. Let's just. I'm gonna go hide with Udnar. We're gonna listen
I love
in
how
when they come in.
I just want to say I love how scattered you guys all are. It makes it very enjoyable for me in like setting up like this kind of situation. Because he was like, "What the fuck do we do?" And it's like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I want."
Well, I wanted to go up on the roof to listen, but there is no roof.
I mean,
Like a half
you
roof.
can climb up the crumbling tower if you like and try to get on the half floor up above.
Yeah, but if it collapses under my weight, then
Then you're
all
fucked.
all of this sneaking around is fucked. So
And then we can say hi.
I'll give you a boost if you
Fall
want.
in from the roof. And you go, oh, hello. I didn't know
No,
you'd
it's
moved in
okay.
down below.
I'll hold you like a
All
child
right,
on my shoulders.
So I'm seeing Udinar and Pedalin are going to hide up against the backside of the tower as best they can. Darby is sitting in a tree playing lookout, and Egg is
Hiding over by the tree. Where Darby is.
and this is a situation where I wish I was a player because I just had a really good idea, but I'm not going to tell you. Okay,
Tell us after.
so everybody make stealth checks. I will.
Okay.
All right. Udinar, how long does your invisibility last?
A good question.
Because I'm assuming you're planning on using that.
Yeah. It says until the start of your next turn. So
6 seconds.
okay, yeah. I guess.
As a magic item until the start of your next turn, or until you attack, make a damage roll, or for someone to make a saving throw. Once you've, yep. So 6 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Since no signal was discussed, everybody begins to wait.
I thought we were gonna do the bell.
See, that's the thing, is you just assumed that there was a plan when nobody actually discussed what the plan was. We're just like, we have bells, and then I was like, okay, what's the bell plan? You're like, I don't know, Udinar had the idea, and then nothing else was said, so there's no plan.
Yep. Let's do it.
So,
I'm just waiting for everything to go to shit.
oh, don't worry.
Well, okay,
All right.
so I have the whistle, and we're gonna be listening at the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they are bad guys, do you want me to blow the whistle so that we all come out and attack, or do you want me to just stay
Wait,
quiet?
are you
What do
talking to Udinar, or are you going to go talk to Darby and Egg?
Oh, I'm
Because
talking
if you're going to go talk
the
to Darby
group.
and Egg, you're going to have to make a new stealth. No, stealth checks have been rolled. Everybody's in
Okay.
place. The plan has been
Okay.
discussed.
Okay, so I'll just talk to Udinar then. Because when I was sneaking before, it was if I got into trouble, I would blow the whistle. So if they're bad guys, do you want me to blow the whistle to bring the guys over?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the plan.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I thought we
Darby,
were under the
Make
assumption that we
a
would
perception
whistle.
check.
Yeah.
Well, we are now.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Darby, after 2 or so hours of waiting, with probably the worst leg cramps you've ever had in your life because you're sitting there squatting in a frozen tree, freezing your balls and everything else off, you spot out of the corner of your eye a glimpse of movement making its way toward the back of the tower where Udinar and Pedalin are. The thing that you spot is clearly practiced and moving with deliberate stealth. What do you do?
I'm gonna fire my gun
Just in the air?
in that direction towards the
Okay.
target, I guess. At this range, it would be at disadvantage.
Right. So just pull the trigger, roll 2 d20s, and hope you don't roll a 1. Okay. Udinar and Pedalin, you hear the crack of trees being snapped by the projectile from Darby's gun a split second before you hear the crack pierce the air. What do you do?
I turn my attention to probably Darby, I would assume. I don't think I can see him from here, though. I just want to double check. 45. Oh, I can. In dark vision.
Okay.
So,
So you see Darby. I mean, you see the flash of his gun go off. Egg, what do you do now? Your brother in the tree above you has just shot in a random direction.
I will. So he's up in a tree, and we're that far away. Well, I'll just yell out I'll just ask him. Are they in trouble?
Yes.
I'm gonna say to Udinar, I think that's our signal. And
All right. So you are not surprised when let's see. No. All right.
did he roll a natural 20?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I thought it was
But
either a 20 or a 1.
No, I mean it wasn't because it was a 20, it was that he literally succeeded by 1.
Oh.
wow.
Flying from the shadows with knife drawn is a gnome.
What the hell?
Oh. I want to be scared, but the idea of dying to a gnome is too funny.
With her
Hey,
Did I hit him with my
I
bullet
kill
by
lots
chance?
of stuff.
You did not.
Okay, so
Actually,
is he
what would well no, because
Uh,
you weren't really aiming, you were shooting in that direction. Is what
okay.
is my understanding, because you only caught a glimpse of them. So the short sword flashes, and you can see that she pulls the blade short of actually hitting you, and levels the point at your throat and hisses at you. Don't you dare think of drawing a weapon, or you'll die where you stand.
Oh, I wouldn't think of it, friend.
Darby, the initiative is yours.
Was that in common?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we need to start moving in.
Actually, let's see. Don't you dare move a muscle, blah, blah, blah. And she would also say, tell your friends up the hill to come closer and to put away whatever that noisemaker was.
Do I get to say something back, or is it not my
Yeah,
turn?
sure. No, you can go ahead. Speeches, you get between like 6-ish seconds of free speech per round. The way initiative works is like you're all acting within the same 6 seconds, but whoever goes first is a little quicker on the uptake. They get a faster jump
Sure.
on it.
I'd be happy to, but I'd warn you to put away your weapon as well. My friends aren't too friendly.
Really? All right.
I'm not threatening. I'm trying to be very non-threatening. I wanted to come across very just, hey, I'm letting you know. This doesn't look look good.
So roll persuasion.
Okay. I'm not threatening. That is the wrong thing to roll. It's this one that I was.
What do you mean? You rolled perception? Oh, perception.
I rolled
Okay. Yeah,
perception by
yeah.
accident.
Yeah. Well, what's the bonus? Because the die was rolled. So.
The bonus is 7.
Okay. Udinar, you notice that it comes out like you can tell that in her stress, it has come out almost like a very thinly veiled threat.
Okay. Noted. That's no good.
All right. So you're not going to shout up the hill or anything, Petalin? That's instead of doing well. No. You've already said your piece because, like, instead of doing what she told you, you responded, "Well, you put yours away too."
That is not what I said, and I thought okay. Well, yes, I will yell up the hill and ask them to come down.
No, I'm saying you don't have any more. You ate up your speaking by speaking to her rather than doing what she said. You decided to have a dialogue.
Well, I got a knife in my face, and the last time that happened, everybody died. When people jump out of the bushes at us, we gotta try and speak calmly.
Say hi.
Say hi, that's right.
Udinar, do you have anything to say?
So, okay, I'll just kind of nudge her and just not like moving my gaze from the gnome, just like yell over my shoulder. We'll be okay, put down your weapons.
Okay. Darby, you have the initiative. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna hop out the tree.
Okay.
I don't know how much movement that is.
5 feet.
Okay. And then I'm gonna sheath the rapier and despawn my gun.
Okay. Egg, you watch as his firearm disappears in a wisp of purpley blue smoke, and the faint hint of sea spray fills the air for a moment.
Neat.
And that would have been bonus action to do that. So I'm gonna casual pace up the path.
Okay. That would probably be half your movement speed.
Everybody
Wow,
still
'cause
has
of
bless
snow?
on them too. They're gonna have to delete.
No, because you're not hurrying. You said casual pace. Like, if you can move 30 feet in a combat sprint, then a casual pace is probably not 30 feet, right? Everybody agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
true. It's probably about half a casual pace.
Mm-hmm. Right, because makes sense to me anyway. I mean, so you drop down from the tree, you bonus action your gun away. Do you do anything with your action?
I guess I'll call out. We're not looking for trouble. Just
Okay.
out into the night.
Yeah. Not peddling. It's, well. So then, stepping out from behind the statue, I think only Darby would be able to see this far, is another gnome. This one robed, and wearing the typical accoutrement of a caster.
Oh, it's so
They
cute.
just kind of step out from behind the statue and take a few steps forward. You can let's see, from 5, 10. Actually, I think Egg can see them too. Maybe everybody can. I don't know how far everyone's dark vision is.
Yep. 55 for me.
Settle in. Nope, 50. Okay, so yeah, everybody can see them. So Darby and Udinar, if Udinar breaks his gaze from the gnome at all, would see that his lips, or through their passive perception, would be able to see that his lips are steadily moving. And you can't make out what's being said.
Yeah, I haven't broken my gaze.
Settle in. The initiative is yours. You've already said your words, so what do you do?
I don't think I would have broken my gaze from the one that's got a sword in my face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems unlikely.
So I wouldn't be counterspelling whatever that gnome is doing down there. So I'd probably just try to stay still and just see what it is that they want or
Okay.
committing.
Udunar, you've already said your words. What do you do?
Can I use this time to hold an action?
Sure.
I think I'd probably be in kind of a defensive mode. I just want to remember what defend does as an action.
Grants disadvantage against attacks against you.
It's the dodge action, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's what I'm... Okay, I'm going to hold the action that if I see this rogue or whatever that is right in front of us basically twitch at all, I'm going to try to, like, dodge the attack. I'm
So
just
you
ready
will take
to,
the
like...
dodge action if the gnome attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Egg.
Egg will slowly walk forward to about here, just to be on
You
the
also still have words.
All right, no one has to die here. Putting my hands up.
Maybe say a bunch of
Alright,
gibberish so the caster can't remember what part of the spell they're in and they mess up.
All right. The gnome
I just
lets the tip
start
of her
counting
blade.
from random numbers.
The gnome lets the tip of her blade fall and slides it back into its scabbard and points commandingly and says, "Into the tower, all of you."
I just kind of shrug and make a move to go into the tower.
All right. Since it doesn't look like anybody's doing any combat actions, I will let you guys all move freely if it sounds like everybody's going to comply.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For now.
Right.
Yeah.
So. They should be this color. Right into the tower. Here. And a few seconds later, you hear coming up the path what sounds like the lumbering of somebody in plate armor and the rattle of chains, perhaps manacles. Looking around the corner or looking up the hill, you will see decked out in full plate what appears to be a hefty bearded dwarf, dragging behind him what looks to be an elf captain captive, in manacles. So be Darby, it is at this point that you immediately recognize the elf being dragged in manacles behind the dwarf. None other than... Where did he go? Captain Valenus Valinor, also known as the Sea Spear. Gnome's going to get out of the way. The dwarf's going to come down. Captive in tow. And he puts his hand on the gnome's shoulder and says, "That'll be enough." And she steps to the side, and he steps up to the group and says, "Well, looks like we here ambushed ourselves a group of ambushers.
I like this guy.
4 of you. And the 4 of you are..."
Happy to still be alive after seeing the quickness of my friend's blade here.
She lets out a soft hiss.
Fucking gnomes.
Dwarf puts a reassuring hand on her arm, still keeping his other hand gripped firmly around the chains that are around the elf. Says, "Aye, and your names, perhaps? And what you're doing waiting for us to return?"
Hi, I'm Egg.
All right, Egg.
Egg sticks out his hand for a shake. Smiling.
Step forward and take Egg's hand. And he's got a real strong grip, almost crushing as he takes it and grins up at you. "Ah, a fighter, you. I can see it." Few words between us. Get things sorted right out, I think. And the rest of your companions, do you have names?
The name's Darby. I see you have a familiar face in tow.
Let's see. Would he know you? You tell me.
Likely not.
Okay.
Because the ship Darby was on, he wasn't in any, like, important role.
Sure. But remember, Darby was a local scourge out west. Roll a percentile die, and if you get 90 or above, we'll say that maybe he's heard of you. That's 31, so no. You didn't even roll percentile. You just rolled 2d10.
You want me to do it right?
No, it's 31. And it's not 44, it's 31. So he has no idea who you are. The dwarf looks over his shoulder and looks at Darby. You can see clearly perplexed. And then he's like, "Someone turn on the damn lights." And the elf caster, or not the elf, the gnome caster up on the hill snaps his fingers, and the campfire in the tower blazes to life. That's better. Okay, so we have an Egg, a Darby, and what else have we got here?
A Petalin Quarkwood. And she does like a little skip, hop, curtsy that is common to gnomes.
Mm-hmm.
I have quite a few other names as well, but that one will serve.
Mm-hmm. And the big fellow there, not a talker?
I shake my head no.
Have you got a name?
I shake my head yes.
Would you care to share it with the group?
Udanar.
Very well. Udanar, Darby, Petalin, a pleasure to meet you. Egg, if we could have some words here in public, in front of everybody, from muscle to muscle, I know we'll get to the bottom of this. First question, are you here to kill us?
No, that wasn't art. That's not the reason we're here.
Okay, second question, do you know who we are?
No.
Okay. Addendum to the second question. My name... Oh, I went off the page. It doesn't have a name anymore.
Oh no!
After we
My name's
gave
like
him
the
all
boat.
ours!
My name is Nedrick
Paint a new
Stonegut.
name on him.
Wait, what is his name?
Nedrick Stonegut. You can call me Ned or Stonegut. Either one will work, but don't you dare call me Neddy. Nobody's ever done that and lived. This fella here behind me, and he gestures to the caster, and he does his own version of the same bow, more masculine though, is Fizzlewhip Gunderstruck Happencast.
God damn it. Fucking gnomes.
Hey, you didn't even hear my full name. I edited
What's
that
the last
shit.
part of that?
Happencast. And the twitchy one here, he points a jabbing finger into the ribs of the female, and you can see that she just like bristles. Like, we just call her Shivers.
Cute.
And she hisses out, "On account of, I'll send shivers down your spine." And you can just see the dwarf. He just rolls his eyes like, "Aye, shivers, we know." Okay, third question.
Real quick, can I hear Fizzlewhip's full name again, please?
Fizzlewhip Gunderstruck Happencast.
I love it.
So, third question to the man in the back. Darby, was
Aye.
it? You said you know the man behind me here.
Asshole sunk my ship.
At that, the elf laughs. The dwarf kind of elbows him in the ribs and says, okay. Enough of that. Fourth question. You don't know who we are. You're not here to kill us. What in the bloody hells are you doing in my camp? Skulking around in the dark, waiting for us. Like you're some sort of, well, dark skulker.
Well, we were looking to make our own camp, stumbled upon yours.
And we didn't want to get ambushed, so we just kind of hid.
Ain't you ever heard of an alarm spell? You wandered right into it. We knew you were here from the get-go. Now look. Egg, was it? You have the look of factors and adventurers about you. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that you just happen to be that. Am I right?
You're correct.
All right. Fifth question. And this will be, hopefully, the last one. Are you ready?
Sure.
Are you factoring right here, perchance?
That's why we're coming through.
That is unfortunate. You see, we are factors ourselves, and as it just so happens, we're not too keen to share, typically. So we'd like to ask that you kindly just move on out and leave us the claim as we were here first.
The claim on what?
Well, the goods in the area.
How big an area?
Well, the battlefield proper. If you don't know the legends, I'm not going to tell you. Can't tip my hand, you know.
True.
Mhm.
Now, here's the deal,
Well,
Egg and friends. You can share camp with us tonight. Of course, Shivers will most likely be keeping her eye on you the whole evening. Weird thing, she don't sleep. And when he says that, she hisses again and retreats further into the shadow of the tower. He says, "Aye, Shivers, we know. Odds are, she's not going to be sleeping. She's going to be watching. Like I said, you're welcome to stay here. We'll share our food, we'll share our drink, but in the morning, you best be out." Have an accord.
Fair enough.
He's going to extend his hand to shake.
Egg will shake his hand.
Good. So we're in agreement. Welcome to the campfire. And at that, he's going to drag the elf over to the wall, rebolt his manacles to the post that they drove in, and forcibly sit him down and say, "Now you just keep your mouth shut and you'll be fed. You speak again, you're not eating for another week. Enough out of you." Going to climb up to the top of the steps. Perch there, crouch down, like a creeper.
Say, Stonegut, what do
Aye?
factors such as yourselves need with an elf? And a captive?
Well, I told you, I can't go spilling my secrets. who knows, you won't go behind my back middle of the night and try to find what we're looking for. There's just no trust in factoring anymore. Too many black factors about.
We've come across our fair share of those too.
Don't everybody speak up at once.
Udanar feels like he's painted himself into a corner by not talking at first, because now he feels like he can't talk. You ever get that feeling when you're like, well, I'm gonna do this, and then you don't, you're like, oh fuck, why?
In for a penny, in for a pound. Honestly, just sit down and start talking. Then maybe they'll take them by surprise.
I think Egg's approach is going to be to start like swapping stories of past things that don't really have to do with this area at all.
Okay. Then all you'll really learn is so they do have a group name. They are called the Stunties. Oh. They have been traveling together for about 60 years. They according to Stonegut, he rescued the two gnomes and is kind of a father figure for them. You kind of get a nod of agreement from Fizzle, and all you really ever get from Shivers is a hiss or a glare. She's not entirely unlike an antisocial cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she seriously just perches up on her step. Like Fizzle takes her the stew that they make. Fizzle's also the one that feeds the captive while Stonegut talks to you. But like I said, they've been factors for a long time. Says he was born in Beeborough, and it was, well, I guess shortly after the entire fiasco with the latest incarnation of Nog that he decided to head westward. And so most recently he says he was working with the Moonfall Township and New Haven Orchard. And that they thought they'd make their way north because they'd heard that there was a new township.
After swapping stories for a while, I would at least ask what area they're hunting for.
Oh, like who are they factoring for?
Yeah.
He just kind of shrugs. He says, "We factor for whoever needs it. We tend to just we get a lead, we follow a lead, we follow through with the lead, and then whenever we find somebody who has a need, we help them." More of a freelance factor, if you will.
Gotcha.
So basically what you guys were after you got zipped across the universe.
Oh boy.
If you've been traveling around through the woods, that means you haven't heard the news, have you?
What news would that be, Master Darby?
The fact that Spira has returned to the continent?
Don't mean a thing to me.
It's a big crab. Like really big.
It's a city.
Real
a
big.
real proper city.
On a crab.
Yeah. Leans back and strokes his beard and says, "Well, that's some damned interesting news. And how's it come that you found a crab city, was it?
It's not only that we found the city, we're working as factors for the city.
He nods. Says, all right. Makes sense. New city springs up out of nowhere. It's gonna need some relics. Makes sense.
And they could always use
Aye.
more. So if you're needing a place to offload some relics, it's a place to go.
Yeah, it's good news to have, and I'm sure we might take you up on the offer. Looking to help out those who need it, if the price is fair.
It is haunted though, so I would be careful.
Doesn't sound like much of a city to me, then.
It's seen better
Stabs.
days, but It's
Stabs
on
a
the
hunk
way
of
up.
meat in the pot. Takes a bite. Well, that's very interesting, Master Darby, and I'm happy to know it. We'll have to swing further. Where is it, did you say?
Spira.
do you know of Treetop?
Aye, that's the new township we've been hearing about.
It is currently located off the coast there, but again, it is a giant crab, so if you wait too long, it could move along.
You know, Egg, if I didn't know you were a fighting man, I'd accuse you of telling tall tales. But us plainer-minded gentlemen, I
Yes.
understand there's not a lot of deceit there. So, a moving crab city, you say?
Yes.
And did you try boiling it? I do love a good crab boil.
That's a good point.
Have not tried that, no.
Mm.
Couldn't find a pot big enough.
I'm inclined to believe it if it's a whole city. Impressive, really.
So how'd you happen across this jerk?
Oh, he slaps his knee. That's a tale that'll take all night, but I can at least give you some of the highlights. Well, and then he catches himself a moment. He's like, "Wait a second. If I tell you too much, you'll know what we're doing here." So more of a low light. We heard he was who we might be looking for. We baited a trap. And he cuts his eyes over and looks at the guy and he says, "And this poor bastard fell for it hook, line, and sinker, he did. And so we pounced on him, yanked him from his ship, dragged him ashore, and, well, it's been about a week. Here we are." You can see the elf just has a pained look of like, fuck, yeah, that's basically what happened. In fact, if Darby looks at him at all, he'll just kind of lock eyes with you and shrug. Like, yep. And he looks at Darby and says,
Seems awfully foolish, considering
says he-
last time I saw this man was sinking the ship I was on.
"Ah, you know his type, always going after something bigger and better. So we simply lured him in with what he couldn't resist. Turns out that what he thought was there wasn't actually there, thanks to good old Fizzle here." Gnome, at having been mentioned, beams with a big smile and perks up and nods. I did it. dwarf kind of lets something slip and says, "And if the bastard is who he claims to be, then we'll be out of here in no time."
He isn't.
What do you mean, Mr. Sorry, you speak so infrequently I seem to have forgotten your name. The big fella there.
He isn't who you think he is.
And what do you mean by that?
I'll just say again, he isn't who you think he is.
Well, that's damn well bloody not very helpful, is it?
I suppose not.
He looks at Aggie and says, "Your quiet fella here, is this just a way about him, or is just shy?"
He's very
perhaps?"
wise. Very wise.
Right, but is there a way about him, or is he just a shy fella?
Yes?
I
No.
understand. Wait, now I don't understand. Is it a yes or is it a no? Yes, there's a way about him. No, he's not shy.
Yes.
All right, then.
It takes some getting to know before he really opens up.
You could say the same for Shivers over there. When he mentions her, you hear her hiss. Aye, Shivers, we know.
Yes, you're very tough and scary, ma'am. Egg bows
Anybody-
slightly to her.
Anybody else have anything to say in this conversation?
Can I be chatting happily with Fizzlewhip
Sure.
just about gnomish nonsense?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
He's
God.
totally into it. He's happy to chat in Gnomish with you if you want.
Yes.
He's very curious about what you are because clearly you are not a gnome, but also you are.
Well,
so
we're
that's-
gonna be chatting over here, and then occasionally, we might just, come over, take another scoop of food out of the pot, go back to our seat, keep chatting.
Well, he's tending the fire, so you'd be
Oh, okay.
there
We'll
next to
just
the
sit here
fire.
Just in gnomish.
Mm-hmm. Swapping stories. Okay. Anybody else? Anything? No? All right. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that you've all just agreed to leave in the morning? Okay. Well, enough time passes that everybody's about ready to go to sleep. So, Nedrick and Fizzle both get their bed grab their bed rolls, pull them over to the side, and start laying down to sleep. You see Fizzle goes about casting another alarm spell. Those of you who are casters that can recognize it at least, and those that don't can assume that's what he's doing. And of course, Shivers is going to sit there and perched and stay there. What are the rest of you doing?
I think we should do watches still.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I can do first if you guys want.
I can go second.
Or if somebody else wants to, I don't care.
It doesn't really matter. Just tell me what order.
I'll do third. So then
Okay, so
Darby.
So
Go
Noodles,
last.
Pedalin, Egg, and then Darby. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Gonna get all the way around to Darby unless somebody wants to say or do something beforehand. Oh, okay.
Nope.
So everybody's rests or watches come and go. Darby, as it's your turn, you're woken up, and you're doing your best, keeping your watch out. keeping an eye out there. You notice that Shivers seems to have climbed a little bit higher up the tower, but is still avoiding that shelf roof. And as much as she's looking inward, she's also looking outward. And it's like you'll notice that the prisoner is watching her very intently. And once she turns around to look outward, he looks at you and like twitches his ears very intently and gives you a psst, you.
Huh?
I'll head over and squat down next to him.
He says, "You seem to know who I am. Surely you know what I'm capable of." Yes?
You cut out there.
Oh, and he says, "Surely," or he says, "Since you seem to know who I am, surely you know what I'm capable of. Yes?"
Aye. I was there when you sunk the ship I was on.
Since it seems as though you're a competent fellow yourself, I have an offer for you. My ship is moored not far from here, and I just so happen to be in need of a new first mate because well, my previous one is now missing a head thanks to the lunatic up above us. Say you were to free me from my bonds here, and we could make our way back to the sea. Simple as that. Easy peasy. Of course, throw in something extra special for you if you help me cut the throat of that bastard little gnome.
Tempting offer, sure enough.
Says they don't need an answer right away. They won't find what they're looking for anytime soon. But, think on it. Feel free to come back and we'll make this work.
What exactly are they looking for? Because we have our own business around here.
As I heard it, you agreed to set up shop, or you agreed to pack up shop and leave tomorrow. Or was I mistaken?
We may have our own intentions.
Well, these idiots seem to think that my bloodline is something important that will help them unearth something from around here. An old fairy tale from, well, the place I grew up.
I'm just gonna say the Twice King.
He bristles. Clearly, this is some traumatizing effect on the poor children that are told the story. And he's like, yes, that old tale. King that will come find the misbehaving children, steal their blood, and make them his puppets. They say that he was exiled here. This is where his second reign began and ended. Of course, that was so long ago. Surely, if there were anything there, it would have been found by now.
And by the way you speak, your blood has nothing to do with it.
Well, what my mother used to say is that we were descended from the royal line, but I never believed her because we were nothing more than wastrels and gutter folk to my people. I took to the sea at the first opportunity I had, and I've made a life for myself there. I carved my own nobility from the waves. But if my mother was to be believed, then supposedly her father was a bastard born of the royal bloodline. And these idiots think that that means something. Dragging me
knows?
around
Suppose
from
they're
point
right.
A to point B. He says, "Oh, come now, don't tell me you believe this nonsense."
Nonsense it may be, but all stories have some shred of truth to them.
Aye, some shred, and I'm sure at one point in time there was a very cruel king who did very cruel things to his subjects, and mothers who wanted their children to behave promised that the same would happen to them. With this boogeyman fairy tale nonsense. To tell you the truth, I'm more scared of the little spellcasting gnome than anything. Or oddities from him than any some such twice king. Make a perception check. Yeah, just barely. You notice that Shivers is very clearly paying attention without making it obvious that she's paying attention.
Hmm. I'll tell him, you get some sleep. Don't let that twitchy one stab you. And then I'll walk
He,
away.
he laughs. Okay. I'm going to end session there. Because it is 10. I know it's a little bit shorter because we had the inventory session, but I think this is a good spot to end. If we go any further, we're just going to get trapped until midnight. And I'd like to try to get back to actually being on schedule with games. And I think this is a good stopping point.
Agreed.
All right. When would you guys like to play next? Good, the 8th or the 15th?
As far as I know,
15th.
I'm okay.
15th would work better for me.
Okay.
I'm good then.
And I don't think you were here yet, Homer, but we were talking about like trying to accommodate your work night schedule a little bit better. Potentially moving session from 4 to midnight Pacific to either 5 to 1 or rather from 4 to 10 to 5 to 11 or maybe 6 to midnight. Would either of those work better for you?
Yep. Probably the later the better for me.
So would everybody else be okay with doing 6 Pacific to midnight?
Shouldn't be an issue.
If it's happening on Saturdays, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Right. Oh, that would only be on Saturdays. We wouldn't do if
Yeah.
we ever move a game to a Sunday. It's got to be earlier for Susanna and probably eventually me and everybody else who has a normal work schedule.
Yeah, I mean on Sunday I go to work. So
Yeah. Right. Okay. So on Saturday sessions, we'd be okay with 6 to midnight Pacific. Well, I know you are, Homer, but
yeah.
Paul and Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as everybody's okay with it, then what we'll do on the 15th is we'll do 6 to midnight. That
Cool.
way we're not, that it gives you a little bit more rest because I know working the night shift sucks. I've been there. So
Yep. For sure.
I'd rather everybody be happy and alert and good to go. Okay. So any questions, comments, concerns before we officially head out?
I think I'm good.
GG.
Okay.
The wolf
Anybody
fight
else?
was fun.
It was pretty good. This is going to be a head scratcher.
Hey! Darby didn't almost die this session,
What do you mean he didn't almost die? He had 3 HP at one point.
but he
Yep.
didn't go down though.
That is true. But
Small
he did have a near death experience.
Minor improvement.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
All
getting
right.
there.
If there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and call it here. Does anybody need me to leave session up for anything?
I do not.
Uh,
No. Okay. All right,
Paul,
I'm
did you
going
want
close.
to make your bead
Oh, yeah.
thing?
Yeah, your prayer beads.
No, I'll do it later. It's fine.
Meaning that we'll come up to the next session. You're like, man, I wish I'd done that.
I can keep track
if-
of it on my. I
Yeah.
have a pen and paper, so it's easier.
Well,
to
yeah,
read.
but it's also really easy to add. Like you just pull those spells into your abilities page or whatever it is, actions.
Yeah, and then where it says spells, you would put prayer bead, and it would
Yeah.
create a new category.
Yeah.
And then in the preparation, you can change them to one per rest. Well, it might not work for spells.
I can make it as packed
It does.
magic, I guess, just
Well,
to keep
I mean,
track of it.
No, you don't even need to do pact magic. Pull that out, and I'll show you. It's really neat.
All right, so I'm in my spell list.
Did you disable pact magic?
Oh yeah, it's not
I don't-
enabled. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's one of the spells?
One of them is bless.
Wait, isn't one of them something smite, banishing smite,
Yeah. Hold on. It's
or branding smite?
Branding. Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's pull branding smite in, and where did that go? There's branding smite. Okay. So this actually needs to be. Shit, how do I add a new category?
Oh,
It
I
auto
see what you mean.
creates it when you create a new description of what subsection it's in.
Oh, okay. So instead of spells, put necklace of prayer. Now,
Yeah,
where did
it's
that
at the
go?
very top. I see it.
Okay. Yeah, and then you can drag everything else in there.
Okay, yeah.
And so then
Just leave it up for
within
like 10
that,
minutes then. This will be quick.
yeah. So we'll make that.
I think it's weird because it comes in as a spell, not a power.
Well, yeah, but you
can't
can
set it as-
No, you can change it. You can change it to powers. Then uses daily 5. No. Well, actually, what's one of the other ones? Okay, branding smite and what else?
The one I'm going to
Greater resto.
Yeah, Greater Resto. The one that's going to be kind of confusing is Cure Wounds level 2 or Lesser Resto.
Well, it's
But yeah, it's no
pull
big
in
deal.
cure wounds and pull in lesser restoration. You have 2 cure wounds, right? So we can literally just put 2 in there.
Yeah, true.
5, so oh no, if you do one, it does all of them.
Hmm.
2. Oh dang it, it does fill them all out. There's a way to do it where each one has its own use.
Yeah, just leave it up for a little bit. I'll work on it. No biggie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'll leave it up. Anyway, so if there's nothing else, then I will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
Everybody have a good one. And odds are, once we finish whatever this actual quest line is, that's when you guys will hit level 9.
Hell yeah.
So
Nice.
probably at the end of next session, if you want
Woohoo!
to go ahead and start thinking about what your level 9 choices will be, then probably when we end next session, or whenever we end the quest line, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, hey, you're level 9. Go ahead and level up.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, everybody have
All
a good
right.
one.
Bye.
Get out of here. Player meeting.